You made us
Thank you. Actually, you're the very first person I ever voted for when I was old enough to vote. So, that was back when I lived in Lafayette. So, one thing, slightly different topic is there's post offices that are slated for closing. One of them is Mission San Jose. Two here, I know. But Mission San Jose I go to, and there's always a line, not terribly long, but there's always a line. There's no parking in Irvington. So if there's a constant stream of business, I don't know why it's not economical. The other, I have a question on funding. And first, two quick comments. One is that for savings in Medicare, if there are savings to be had, those savings should be made. It shouldn't. One shouldn't apply to the other, and unfortunately if there's savings made, that means there's inefficiencies. The other is in raising taxes. For a couple of years I was fortunate enough to make a fair amount of money, but I wound up paying basically half to the government, and now I've decided just to make less money. So my question is, on the funding, other than maybe the FAA, I don't see any government organization that is efficient, and how is this going to be more efficient?
Great, that's a good question.
There's probably no medical plan in the country that's as efficient as Medicare, which, guess what, happens to be run by the government.
Have you tried Kaiser?
As to how the bill is paid for, other than savings, and when we suggest savings from the providers, it's hospitals, doctors, nurses, pharmacies, those savings will come in the form of no increases or less increase, no cuts. When we talk about saving, we're not talking about reducing the fee next year. We are not giving the desired or promised increase. That creates for us a tax savings. Then there is a tax proposed, and my campaign treasurer is here. So those of you with over $350,000 in income, if you just on the line over there, we'll have our campaign treasurer talk to you. But only those with over income of $350,000 would receive a tax increase. They would pay 1% on the amount over $350 up to $500. So that, let's say you make $450, you would pay a 1% tax on the additional $100,000, which would mean you pay an extra $1,000 a year in taxes, for which you'd be assured that you could never have to go on COBRA, that your children would be able to get insurance when they pass the age of 22 or left home as a dependent without having to worry about pre-existing conditions. So I think that would be a pretty good buy for the extra $1,000 bucks.
Spending other people's money, of course it's a good buy.
Mr. Stark, I'd like to start by thanking